When preparing the items for the Seder plate, one can't help but notice that one in particular stands out as different from all the others. When we think about the Pesach story, we have matzah, we have the maror for the bitter lives of the Hebrew slaves, we have charoset to symbolise the mortar of the bricks of the buildings that they built. But why on earth is there a hard-boiled egg on a Seder plate? Is it because it slots in so nicely in those little dishes that goes onto the Seder plate? Or is it another attempt to align ourselves with our non-Jewish neighbours who at this time of year are happily unwrapping and tucking into a nice chocolate Easter egg? After all, Jesus' Last Supper was meant to have been a Seder night. Actually, it's neither of these reasons. The egg, the bitzah, which is on the Seder plate, is connected to another item on the Seder plate, and that is the zroah, the shank bone, which represents and replaces the korban Pesach that would have been brought to the temple to have been sacrificed once a year to remind us of the Pesach story. In addition to the korban Pesach, every festival a Jew would have brought a korban chagiga, an offering which was specifically dedicated to the festival. So one would have been brought on Pesach, one on Sukkot, and one in Shavuot, because after all it was a mitzvah to go to Jerusalem and celebrate in the temple. So instead of having the korban Pesach and the chagiga offering on Pesach, instead we represent these offerings with two pieces of cooked food, one being the lamb shank bone and the other one being a boiled egg. How can an egg possibly replace a nice, juicy, tender bit of meat that we would have bought and shared in the temple? Well, in Judaism, an egg is a traditional food of mourning, since its rounded shape symbolises the cycle of life. In fact, we dip a boiled egg in ashes on Tisha B'Av to express our mourning for the destruction of the Holy Temple and the lack of opportunity to connect to Hashem through the channel of offerings. While so many explanations about the egg have to do with mourning our past, an egg also symbolises our hope and prayer for the future. When a chicken lays an egg appears to be a completed object, yet in truth it isn't complete, and the egg is just a preparation for the live creature that will emerge from it later. So too, the Exodus from Egypt, while at first appearing to be an end in itself, in truth was only a preparation for receiving the Torah for going to Israel, just as this world is only really a preparation for the final redemption and for Mashiach coming. So this year, as we huddle in the protective and complete shells of our homes, unable to spend the Seder with extended family and friends, we also hope and pray for the future. We look forward to the time when we will be able to emerge, safe from the threat of a pandemic, to be reunited with our loved ones, our friends, and of course with our extended JFS family. Wishing everyone a happy, healthy, and truly excellent Pesach.